to our channel, The Virtual Beauty Bar. I'm Amy, and in today's episode, we have another guest in our hot seat. Today we have the lovely Lucy Chenery. Ooh, so she has had various different roles within Avon, which we will be finding out about. But her latest role is to help and support brand new representatives within the business, whilst they are in the first few campaigns, and we'll be finding out more about that. So, Lucy, welcome. Lovely to have you.
Oh, it's so nice to be here. Thank you so much, both of you, for inviting me. I feel very honoured and slightly hot.
Oh, bless you.
It is warm. It's very humid today. So thank you very much for joining us, Lucy. We're really delighted. Would you like to tell everybody a little bit about your role in Avon and how this has come round, that we're all finding you now? We're helping all the new people.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Yes. So hello, everyone. My name is Lucy. I am the UK New Rep Experience Specialist. Yes, just rolls off the tongue, that title, doesn't it? So I am part of the Rep Experience team for the UK. We're a very small team, but Rep Experience covers everything. So we are literally here, there, and everywhere. But my role specifically is to ensure that our new representatives and everyone who helps them, so our new sales leaders, established, everyone around, so that they get the best possible experience with their new Avon journeys.
Lovely. And what kind of roles have you had within Avon then, apart before all this new rep experience specialist? What did you do previously to that?
So thank you for asking. So what did I do? So I started in, I started in mid-August 2017. So I've been with Avon for a while now. And I started as an area manager when we still had 350 across the UK. And then we gradually went through, we became business development managers. And then from there, you had the chance to interview and promote into the role of BDS, so business development specialist, of which there's around 20 in the country now. So that's what I used to do. But on top of that, I used to do a lot of project work. I used to help with lots of extra areas. So I used to support, and I also used to coach the new business development managers when they came into the business. So I've always had my fingers in lots of pies, shall we say. And then last November, I headed up a pilot for us to really deep dive and look into the experience of our new representatives and what we could do to really support them, and what, whether there were quick wins and things that we could change to processes, what were their experiences like. And then as a result of that, I went into a secondment to launch a brand new extra for our new representatives, which I'm sure I'll end up telling you all about because I'm so passionate about it in a bit. And then because of that, I then joined in March the Rep Experience team for the UK in a permanent position, because we made me a brand new role. I didn't exist before. So yes, so now I'm here as part of the Rep Experience team to try and make everyone's journey as best as it possibly could be. I mean, our ethos within the Rep Experience team is that we want to be best in class. So we want to make sure that we have continuous positive change for all of our representatives. So whether that's new, established, sales leadership, digital processes, whatever it is, because we have our fingers in lots of different pies, we want to make sure that everything is the best possible experience.
Yeah, and I suppose, for a lot of new reps who join, not everybody who we call them their upline or the person who signed them up, not every upline is available all the time, or they might have a full-time or a part-time job and they can't get to the phone. That new rep needs a reply to a question immediately or quickly. So you've created this lovely community, and I must admit, I only probably found it, stumbled upon it about 6 weeks ago. So it's a fabulous community, and I think if you have a Facebook group, you need a bus driver, you need somebody driving that bus. And congratulations, Lucy, because you drive that bus fabulously. You can't just start a Facebook group and, you know, and just expect everybody to contribute. You have to have a really good structure to it, and you have to be present, you have to be reading comments, and you have to sort of be, you know, mingling and asking people to do jobs, and you do it fabulously. And it's a great group because I'm going to let you speak about it in a minute, but I just want to say it is brilliant because you use that Facebook group perfectly. You have featured posts, you have, you know, the guides, you have sections that you can point people to, and it's just a perfect example of a really wonderful Facebook group. No, honestly, it is, because people think it's easy running a Facebook group, and it's really not. You know, a lot of the people who run these, or not necessarily run them, but admin them, a lot of them are volunteers as well. And we have to acknowledge that, you know, not everybody who's helping out gets paid. The voluntary roles. So tell us all about Superstar Kickstarters.
Well, I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that intro, to be honest, but thank you so much for your feedback. And thank you both for everything that you do. And I want to give a massive shout out to our admin team. We've got a really small admin team. There's only 4 of us. So, and 5 of us, sorry. So there's 5 of us who do the admin. And then we obviously have our lovely TAs, training ambassadors like yourselves, who are supporting. And basically, the first thing that I did when I went into leading the pilot back in November was I really wanted to make sure that we had somewhere that was a safe space for our new representatives. We don't expect everyone to be in there. If you're a sales leader and you're watching and you think, oh, I really want to be in the group, you don't need to. Honestly, you know, our first protocol, we do try to guide our representatives back towards their uplines. You know, that is our first protocol, because you guys are their uplines. You're the ones who signed them up. You're supporting them. We get that. But it's just a little safe space where you can ask a question. We don't mind if you ask the question 4 or 5 times. What we want to do is make sure that you understand the answer. And everyone learns in different ways. And as you said, I mean, you know, I do try to mix it up. So sometimes I'll go on a live. If you do decide to watch one of the lives, get yourself a cuppa and prepare yourself to be sat there for a while, because I cannot edit myself. So, but sometimes you need to explain things in different ways. Sometimes it's better written. Sometimes it's better verbal. Sometimes it's better on a video. So we try to cover everything on there so that everybody gets the answer. But it's a safe space. Our huge shout out to our teams who run the UK groups. I'm also admin in the UK groups. We get a lot of stuff through on a daily basis, so they really do smash it out the park. But what we try to do in our little Superstar Kickstarters group is it's specifically for new reps. They can ask whatever question they want. They can find the information. As you said, we put things that need to be seen in the featured section. We've got a guide section, and it's broken down to what is Kickstart. We'll come to that in a bit. You know, you want to go digital. You want to understand what to do with your paper brochures. You know, you want to know all these things. They're all in the guide section. And I've nearly finished it. I'm making a video on how the guide section works, which I will then put into the group so that everybody knows how to use them. And I think this is it. It's just taking that. I know when I started with Avon, I spent probably about the first 3 minutes, about the first 3 months going, I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Because in Avon, we're real massive fans of abbreviations. And if you don't know what that stands for, you think, oh no, I'm not sure. I feel stupid. I don't want to ask anyone. Nothing. I mean, nothing is a stupid question as far as we are concerned in Superstar Kickstarters. Just ask us. That's what we're there for. How's that for an answer?
Perfect, because we just filmed the video for the July brochure because we think it's important that it's not necessarily for customers, but what is a good offer, you know, and for reps to watch, that they can understand that, you know, there was something Amy picked out and I hadn't noticed it in this book, and basically a lot of products have been rebranded. I'm just going to find one. And Amy spotted it, and basically there's little symbols like this, and it's the old packaging, and it's just saying it's the same, it's just changing packaging. Now, you know, this is, Amy had noticed them, I'd not noticed them at all. So sometimes you can be looking at things and you just don't notice. And somebody was doing a presentation, you'll like this. And somebody said, basically, there's 4 things about running your business, and everyone teaches them in different ways, like you were saying. And it would be like saying to somebody, like saying to us 3, right, make me a cottage pie, I'll see you in 2 hours. We'd all make it different. And what you were saying about, you know, everyone learns different. You might be a kinesthetic learner, you know, by doing. You might be somebody that likes to listen. I love listening to audiobooks. I don't get on well with reading. So if you are in that new program, don't feel like, you know, if someone explains something and you don't get it, you know, you'll probably get 20 comments in a question for people explaining things differently. So, you know, like you were saying, it's good that, you know, you can re-ask that question as well, you know, within that group. And even if you think, as somebody in there, oh, I've asked a question, but there's 20 odd admins, it's for different reasons why people are admins in groups, isn't it? You know, so for example, the TAs are admins, so if they put posts in, they go on automatically because they've kind of been briefed on what can go in groups. Or if somebody submits a question, we are leaving that to other people because they might see 3 of the same questions come in on a morning, or you would deal with it differently, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and quite often, you know, if it's something that and often, you know, if you post a question and it's not necessarily you know, for example, we have had something before where someone's used an inappropriate word accidentally. So, you know, then we will just be like, message, just this is the reason, but this is the answer to your question. So you still get the answer. So it's just, you know, and a massive shout out to Vicky. I have to say, there's a lady called Vicky Roberts. So she is my partner in crime with this group. She and Steph, Lisa, and Leanne have been with us all the way through since the beginning. And she is all over it. And I think what we'll do sometimes as well is, if we've got the information for you to be able to digest yourself, then we'll tag you. So we'll tag you in a post that explains it. Just to, you know, just to try and deliver the same information. But we try to be as positive as possible. There are no negative Nellies allowed in Superstar Kickstarters, because this is a positive new experience. And as we know, as a new starter, some of you will have loads of time available, some of you will have no time, but you have decided that you're going to give Avon a go. And it's exactly the same with the upline. So as you were saying earlier, Lisa, sometimes you might have somebody asking loads of questions in the upline, and they've got a screaming baby, or they're about to go into a business meeting, or whatever the circumstances, that they just can't answer at that time. They're not ignoring you, they just can't answer at the moment. Just ask us. Just ask us.
Now, I want to try and keep this as simple as possible, this next one, because we do put this on Spotify as well. Because I'll tell you why, because I love listening to stuff when I go out delivering my brochures and picking them up. I feel quite anxious sometimes, so I like to put my earphones in and I like to listen to positivity. So that sort of keeps me going. And when we're going to go through, and hopefully you'll be able to explain a little bit about the Kickstart program. I want to try and do it without, we're not going to share any screens, because again, no. I think when you go into certain places in the academy and we start sharing screens, when you know what it is and you're trying to look at all these different things on the screen, I think that can be quite confusing as well. So I think it might be nice if people can just sit back with a brew, put their feet up, grab a notepad. They might need to listen to this 2 or 3 times. And let's explain to people about that 3-month program, and what is available to them, and what it is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so basically, what Lisa is talking about, for anyone who doesn't know, Kickstart is a rewards program. So it's the Avon rewards program for new starters. It runs for 3 campaigns. Campaigns are months, just in case. So it runs for 3 campaigns. And then after that, you would graduate into what we call Avon Rewards, which is a quarterly, so 3 campaign program in itself. So what we felt when we launched Avon Rewards is our new starters needed to have their own specific program, which works whatever time of the campaign month that they've joined, whatever part of the quarter that you've joined, whatever part of the year that you've joined, you get the same opportunity to make as much earnings and get your head round your new Avon business in those first 3 campaigns. So your kickstart will start on the first month, first campaign that you order your kit and your upline signs you up. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah. So sometimes if it's, for example, now, and you're ordering your kit today, your leader might say to you, we'll order your kit today, we'll do your order, but I'll put you into next month. So you start, don't you, at the beginning of the following month?
Yes. Yes. So this will happen. So some people, you might have met someone at an event and they've given you a bag with some books and given you a challenge to go off and, you know, show your friends and family. And you might come back with loads of sales, in which case, great. We'll pop you into June, you order your kit and you place those orders straight away. Sometimes you might have gone off on holiday yourself. You know, you've got other things on. You've got a job. You've got kids. I mean, kids in themselves are a full-time job. I don't, people just don't give them enough credit. Anyway, so we, you know, so yeah, so you might have been given some books, but you haven't got any sales. So in which case it makes more sense to sign you up, get you started, get your kit on the way. We can get your Avon on downloaded. We'll come to that in a second. And you can then start the following month. Absolutely.
Lovely.
Now, do you want me to continue?
Of course.
Marvelous. Thank you very much. So we'll go through a scenario. So Amy joins, say a couple of weeks ago. So mid-June, Amy joins. So what a fantastic, you know, well done, Amy. Welcome to Avon. So Amy joins in June. Amy will be in Kickstart for June, July, and August. That's how it's going to work. So we have Kickstart. There are 4 levels. You earn from the first pound that you sell. So level 1, we won't go into the specifics of how much it is for this level and that level. But you know, you can see that we can share it. But you've got 4 levels. The more you sell, the more discount, commission, earnings that you will earn. So 4 levels. So at the end of June, say Amy has done £250. Well done, Amy. That's very good. But marvelous sales. Marvelous sales. So at the end of June, she's done £250 in sales. That is level 3. So it's level 3. She's earned 25% discount. At the end of June, we start again because these are campaignly discount levels. So they are campaigning. The idea is you could have started right at the end of the month and you won't have a chance to do a lot of sales. But the next month, you might absolutely smash it out the park. So each month, each campaign is in itself, in isolation. So June, 250. Boom. Well done, Amy. Absolutely fantastic. Level 3. Now, level 4, we got into July. Amy's got an awful lot on and she's not managed to do as many sales. So she's done, say, £150 in sales. That would be, at the end of the month, she would do, just checking myself, 20%. So she would do level 2, so she'd earn 20%. You think, oh, it's marvellous. So she's still working in isolation. We get into August, last month, Amy's back with a vengeance. She absolutely can't wait to get going. It's because she put all her books out end of July and was really organised. So we got into August. By the end of August, she'd come back flying. So she has come in and she's done £500. Well done, Amy. So £500, that is, again, level 3, and she's earned 25%. You just think that's absolutely fantastic. Now, at the end of August, we add up all of those sales that you have done across June, July, and August. We add them up, and that gives you your Avon rewards level. So whatever that adds up to, because I probably should have planned this and written it down before I started, whatever that adds up to, that is the level that you go into Avon rewards. Now, I mentioned Avon On earlier. Avon On is a fantastic free app which you can run your rep business from. It's free, it's fabulous, and the reason I'm mentioning it is because on there, it tracks your Avon rewards progress. So you'll see a lot of people saying, oh, I've hit silver, oh, I've hit gold. No, you haven't. Not while you're still in Kickstart, because you're on those individual Kickstart levels. But, excuse me, it is adding up your sales as you go along. So by the time you get to the end of the three campaigns of Kickstart, it will tell you what level you're going to go into. Does that make sense, girls?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes? So a little question for you. So Amy's going to finish in August, but the quarter doesn't finish for everybody till September.
Yes, perfect.
So explain to us how everybody then drops into the same quarter as everybody else.
Okay, so what will happen is, yes, indeed, Amy's smashed it out the park. She's come in and she's hit, say, gold level. She's achieved gold. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Amy. So at the end of August, she will go into Avon Rewards for one campaign. So you will do everything that you've achieved. You get that discount, that earnings level, that commission level for 1 month. And then you finish the quarter the same as everyone else. Then, the beginning of the following quarter, we add everything up that you did in the last quarter, and that gives you your total. So does that make sense?
Yeah. So basically, her rewards would not be June, but they would be July, August, and September, and then that would reset again for her last quarter of the year.
Precisely. And of course, when we look at Avon Rewards, because you get the discount level, so the earnings commission level from the previous quarter. So, of course, you want to absolutely smash it out the park in July, August, and September, because that is going to give you your discount level for when we move into quarter 4, which is Christmas. So, of course, you want to be earning your maximum amount there. But the thing is, what you guys have got to remember is, as new representatives, you don't need to know all of this. All you need to know at the moment is who your customers are, how you're selling, learning the tools, learning learning everything that we got available, getting into a routine that works for you. The whole concept of Avon is its flexibility and how we will work around you. So just worry about that. If you are thinking, oh, I don't know how this is going to work with the idiosyncrasies of how we transfer and graduate and do 1 month here and then 3 months there, and isn't it? Just ask me, ask your upline. And if you're a sales leader watching and going, oh gosh, I have no idea how that works, don't you worry, because I have made email templates which sit in your Avon office, your back office, and you have an email template for every month that those new reps, those glorious people have joined your team, and it explains how that journey works, specifically for what month or campaign they have joined. So there's every bit of tool we've tried to design to support you guys as much as possible. Now, on the subject of tools, Avon On again. I'm sorry to go on about it, but I was very excited. So Avon On, we have launched in April the new rep tutorial. So when you've downloaded Avon On, if you have an iPhone, please look in the App Store. If you have an Android Samsung, please do look in Play Store. It's a free download. But Avon On, you go onto there, you log in with your account number and your password that you would use for your, which you were given by your upline. Well, the account number, not the password. You will have set the password up. So your account number and your password for your Avon account. You pop that into Avon On, and it will pop up with what we call the new rep tutorial. Now, the new rep tutorial has 7 tiny little sections. I say bite-sized training. Some of it is only 3 lines long. It's, and it covers all the basics. There are 3 videos in there. If you're a fan of electric pop, then enjoy. There are 3 videos in there that cover everything. Placing an order, how your account works, how to pay. All of these kinds of things are covered in these how-to videos. Now, we do have a training, which I know that these lovely ladies will have talked about on previous episodes. We do have the amazing tool that is Avon Academy. It's fantastic. It's your training platform. No one can take away from how amazing it is. Avon On is just your little intro. It's an app that's designed to support your business. And this new rep tutorial is just there to give you the basics. If you want to learn any more on any of it, please go on to Avon Academy. These are just giving you those raw basics. Now, if you think, I'll go on there and actually I just want to do something else, so why have you put it there, Luce? You can scroll down and just click do it later and it will disappear, and you can then just carry on through the app. Now, in Avon On, you also have your digital brochure, which is great because if you've just signed up and you haven't had your books and your welcome kit come through yet, the digital brochure not only gives you the opportunity to get your new business out to as many people as possible, but it also gives you the opportunity to have a look at the book. You literally just flick through and have a look at the book and get yourself familiar with the products and the kinds of things that are going to sell. So the digital brochure you can send through WhatsApp, you can send through email, you can send through text message, you can get it all over your social medias, carrier pigeon, whatever you feel is appropriate. You can get your digital brochure out. And it's just a fantastic tool. Now, I just wanted to go back, and I hope I did warn these ladies, I do talk for Britain. I just wanted to cover another couple of things with Kickstart. So we've already established that there's 4 levels. We've talked about how you graduate and how that journey would then transition into Avon Rewards. Just want to cover another couple of bits, if that's all right.
Of course. Go
Far away.
far away.
Perfect. So we know that you earn from the first pound, and we know that you can earn 10, 20, 25. And then if you hit level 4, 30%, a whopping 30%. And they are per campaign for your first 3 campaigns while you're in Kickstart. You also get 2 free deliveries per campaign. Now, you can order as many times as you like, but you do get 2 free deliveries as long as those orders are over £35. Now, if you get a couple of orders from customer, somebody wants to buy a glimmer stick and a lipstick, someone else wants to buy, the special deal on the Skin So Soft. If it doesn't add up to 35, just hold off, collect a few more orders, maybe pop your own order in as well, and then place the order, because I don't want you to start incurring delivery charges straight away. So you can order as many times as you like, but please remember you do get 2 for free. The more books you order, the cheaper they are. So if you're planning on a big canvassing session, so going out and delivering books, maybe you've moved to a new estate. I've recently moved myself, so I've been taking some books around the local area. It's an excuse to meet the new neighbours. I don't know whether they think that I'm, batty or not, but I don't care really. I'm just friendly. Anyway, so, it's a great opportunity to get them out and about. The more you order, the cheaper they are. You do also get what we call rewards demo packs. They're Kickstart rewards demo packs. And a lot of people ask me how this works. It's one of the biggest things because we all love something for free, don't we?
Absolutely.
So, thank you. Yes, we do. So if you achieve level 2, level 3, or level 4, you are entitled to either 1, 2, or 3 reward packs. Now, these are per campaign. So Amy will use you as an example again. I hope you don't mind.
No,
thank you.
right.
So Amy joined in June. Amy smashed out the park, hit level 3 in June. So in July, the first week of July, Amy will receive an email from Avon congratulating her for being so utterly amazing and confirming that she hit level 3 in Kickstart in her first month and that she is entitled to, what level did I say you were? Level 3. You were entitled to 2 demo packs. Had to check that. The numbers get mixed up. So 2 demo packs. Now, the email will contain a Survey Monkey link. you might think, because we're all very suspicious of cyber nowadays, aren't we? We're like, oh, it's a legitimate link, the SurveyMonkey link. You click onto it and you pick which packs you want. And then what will happen is Avon will manually pick that up and it will be logged onto your account. And when you place your next order, those demo packs will come with your order. And then hit it again in July, in beginning of August, you will get an email through, same system, go through, make sure you click save, please, make sure you click save at the end, and then again in August. So you'll have graduated in September into Avon Rewards, very excited about the world, and you will also get another pack. So I just wanted to confirm that, because a lot of people think, do you only get the packs when you come out of Kickstarter? Do you only get one pack? No, if you hit level 2, 3, or 4, you get one per campaign all the way through.
Yeah, it's
Just
great.
wanted to cover that.
So, you know, we haven't probably seen for a while what's in those packs, because I think they may have slightly changed since we were new. So can you tell us what kind of things people can, because it's a choice, isn't it? They can choose.
Yeah. So you do get a choice. So once you get into Avon Rewards, you will find that you get demo packs, and then the higher levels get product packs. With Kickstart, you get demo packs. So these are all about the samples, people, which are just fantastic. So you've got your samples, you can have fragrance samples, cosmetic samples. There's loads and loads of different options. So you will see when you get the link come through, we do chop and change ever so often. So, you know, which is why we leave it as a glorious surprise and don't put as many photos out, because it's very much dependent on stock levels. But I mean, personally, if it was me, I would go with fragrance samples, because they're great. The teeny weeny little things, you can pop them into books for your customers. You can pop them into bags when you give customers their products, thank them for being your first customer. You can use them at events. You can spray them onto the books. That I'm sure you ladies have spoken loads about what you can do with samples, so I won't go too much, but I'm very enthusiastic. I just think that it's, you know, one, everyone loves something for free. And two, these are going to really help build your business, because you can use them with friends, family, and customers.
Yeah, I think it's great. You know, Avon's a very generous company to be partnered with, and they don't have to give us these things for free. You know, it's delightful when we can order our reward packs, which is next week, hopefully, or the week after, or the next quarter, we can order those. And it is just generally a lovely little extra bonus. You know, and we also get points as well, don't we? We don't get them in the Kickstart anymore, do we?
No, not now. So we used to, but we don't now, because we've actually improved what we do in the way of the reward packs. So we've done it that way. Plus, I think the hub can be quite confusing for everyone.
Absolutely.
You know, so I think it's, you know, you get established, you go into Avon Rewards, and then you can start using the reward hubs. And I mean, the reward hub in itself is just fabulous. So if anybody's got we're going on YouTube, aren't we? So we don't want to talk too much. So if you've brands such as, you know, Every Little Helps, they've got a card which could be deemed as a club. So it's a similar concept. You know, you build up points which you can then spend on the rewards hub, and you can access this through your rep website. So just to confirm to everyone, if you go into www.shopwithmyrep.co.uk and you click sign in as a representative and put in your account number and your password, that is your rep website. So just because some people are like, what does this mean? That's what your rep website is. So it's your account, basically, and it's accessible within there.
You can still do it on your app. I do.
You can.
Yeah. I think the app's incredible, really, especially when you're learning, you know, it's on the go. It depends, you know, if you've got a small picture on your phone, if you've got a small phone, then, you know, I would recommend doing the education on a laptop or a desktop. Just so, you know, you can see things a bit more, and take your time, you know, don't rush. It's not a competition. You know, there's so much, honestly, there's just, as soon as you think like, we've got all of this loveliness to learn. There's always more if you want it. I mean, I trained with a very big beauty brand, and we had nothing like this, and our training we had to pay for, and it was fortunes, and it was not as good as what Avon give us for everything. You know, they didn't teach us how to run our business. They only said, you know, here's a bit about the skincare. It was a 4-day training, and that was it. And I'm talking a major brand here, you know. So I don't think people realize the value of the education that we give
No.
people.
No,
And
and this is why we felt it was so. Oh, sorry, Amy. You
No,
were going
no.
to finally get an opportunity, and I talked through you.
No, you're absolutely fine. I was just going to say the rewards, when you get to the rewards hub, are absolutely incredible. So myself personally, I've actually just got us tickets. Myself and my husband, we've just gone and seen Jess Glynn, and I didn't pay a single penny because I got them through something that rhymes with Click Master.
Gosh, we're good at this today, aren't we?
And I got those through my rewards hub. So I basically had a full paid price by Avon for 2 tickets to go and see Jess Glynn, and that has been absolutely phenomenal, to the fact that we've been able to do that, but through my business, which has been great. So sorry, I was going, but there's so what it was, there's so many different options with the rewards hub. There's so many different varieties of places that you can shop. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much. I mean, I used the last lot of points that I built up, I used for a supermarket, not the one previously hinted at. But I used, you know, that's what I did. I did the family shopping, you know, and I think, but this is, you hit the nail on the head, actually, Amy, a minute ago when you said, you know, that you paid for all of it. This was the reason that I joined Avon. I, you know, yes, I'm part of the employed staff, but I joined Avon because of its philanthropic nature. I really did join, and I think that it's so important. We do empower women and a few good men, but we do empower women, and I just think it's so important. I remember the first rep that I ever signed up back in 2017, and just the fact that she was a mum and a stepmom and a foster mum, and there were always a sea of children, all at the same level, which was really confusing. But they, you know, and I just remember her being so proud of herself because she saved up enough money with her Avon business to be able to buy the wardrobes for their bedroom. And she was so, and you know, this is like 7 years ago, and I just remember her being so proud of herself because she wore so many hats and she did so much for everyone around her, but didn't feel like she had that confidence in herself, you know, and the fact that she could actually stand and say, well, no, I paid for this, it was me that paid for this, you know, look at what I've done. You know, I'd be like, well, just look at everything else that you do every minute of every day. But it was just that empowerment and that and you did really, I did over the years really see her grow in confidence and self-esteem, and that's what makes such a difference, I feel, and the fact that we do so much with the causes. So I just think, sorry, but well done, absolutely well done that you built up those points.
I did exactly the same last year. So last summer, at the beginning of the summer, I bought some new patio furniture for our garden. So we only moved here to literally 100 miles from everything we knew. And so I had to start my business again from scratch. I literally lost all my customers with moving here. I've had to build it again from scratch. And I last year was able to treat the whole family to some new furniture set. And I honestly, it sounds really pathetic, I didn't even tell my husband that I was getting it. I just went out, bought it, got the man from the shop to put it in the car because I couldn't lift it on my own, and then I sat in the car and I cried. I burst into tears because of pure pride.
Yeah.
And I got home and I surprise, and my husband walked in and was like, what's that? And I was like, surprise. But I had been squirreling away this little bit of money like every single month, and it honestly, it is that pride of going, I did that and I've done that for my work, and it was really nice to treat the whole family. Or whether it's even like you say, the wardrobes, it's just that immense pride and self
Yeah.
value.
Yeah, and I think you lose a lot sometimes, don't we, as mums, as wives, as girlfriends, you know, in a society, we lose our identities. And I think it, you know, it is, I just think fair play to you, Amy. Absolutely fair play. Congratulations. I think, you know, we make women make such a difference every day, and so little of it you take credit for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, take credit for what you achieve. You know, and this is what I would say to any new reps starting. You know, just you've taken the first step. Be, you know, you've been brave enough to walk up to someone at an event, or reply to an advert on Facebook, or, you know, you've seen the advert on the telly. You've been brave. You just, you know, just take it one step at a time. No one's going to learn everything overnight.
No,
You know,
I
and
think
I think
everybody's journey is different, isn't it? And we must, from the beginning, not compare ourselves to somebody else, or how quick somebody else has done something, you know, because we all have different things going on in our lives. And going back to the rewards, you know, when you're in Kickstart, you might not realize, but you're going to get all these lovely little these little bonus reward points further on down the line every time you hit a particular reward sales limit or level. And this money, you can buy voucher, you can use the vouchers to exchange. But not only that, if you want the cash, then you can pay off your account with it, can't you? You can you know, use that money if money is tight and you need an extra 10 quid to put food in your fridge, you can transfer that to pay off your bill, so you've got an extra £10 in your pocket. Because for some people it is all about putting food in the fridge. So
absolutely. And this is the thing, you know, the economy, you know, everything is more money. What used to cost 50 quid in a food delivery is now 100. You know, everything costs a lot more. And you've beautifully reminded me that I've missed the main point, which I talk about endlessly on every Welcome to Avon call and every conversation and every live, is that you can get the cost of your welcome kit back. So I know,
tell everyone, tell us how.
I know. It's brilliant, isn't it? You'd think I've circled round, but I got there in the end, guys. So, so if you ordered the £39 welcome power pack, which is jam packed, well done, beautifully modelled. Thank you, absolutely fabulous. So it was on special offer for a bit of 29, but it is now 39 again. So if you ordered the £39 welcome power pack, which is worth over £130 in contents. It's got a great selection of our best-selling products. Plus, it does have samples, and we were all talking about the importance of samples earlier. And really cute little drawers, and it's got things written on it on the box, and
there's loads,
it's just lovely.
There is loads. And I was on a certification call for silver today, and someone was asking how much you need for a party, and I was saying to people, you've got the 9 bestsellers in that, but you've got loads of samples. You don't need to be going out and buying anything, you know.
No,
so it's a good start.
Absolutely. And the thing is, as well, when you start as a new representative, you will either have, I'll come back to welcome kits in a minute. When you start, you will either have 2 different accounts. So you're either going to have a credit account, which has £150 credit limit on it, or you have as pay as you go, what we refer to as a cash account. So it's a pay as you go account. So it's not a big limit. It's perfectly reasonable to manage, especially as you're building up a customer base and you're getting out and about. So I would discourage everyone from spending loads of money if you've got an event coming up or a party coming up. Utilize the power pack, as Lisa said. Utilize your samples. Utilize the samples of your demo packs when you start getting them through, you know, because you want to be building on. And if you do decide, oh, I'm going to buy a bulk amount of some of the products, pick the best selling products, pick the products that you know you're going to sell. You know, so things like Skin So Soft, our fragrances, we're the #1 fragrance brand in the world. So, you know, all of these kinds of things, you know, try and keep your outlay to a minimum. Now, we're going to minimize that outlay even more by getting your kit cost back. So I did warn everyone that I do tend to go on a tangent, but I come back eventually. So if you've ordered the £39 power pack in June, we'll use Amy as an example. Apologies, Amy. So Amy's ordered the pack. She's having a fabulous time. She's like, oh, this is brilliant. So if you sell, Amy, £150 in your first campaign with Avon, which would be June, because you've signed up into June, and you paid for your kit on time, so within 13 days, because that is the payment period during Kickstart, 13 days. Which is a great amount of time to receive the order, get the order out, get the money from the customers. Don't ever give any products to the customers without taking the money. Make sure you get the money. And then you pay Avon what you need, what they have put on your invoice that you need to pay them, and you keep the rest. So that's how it works. That's how you discount your commission, your earnings work. So, so you sell £150 in June. You've paid for your kit on time. The £150 includes the cost of the kit anyway, so it's only really 111, which is much more reasonable to deal with. Then in July, we do all our invoicing, because some people start at the beginning of the month and some people start at the end, because we've got those 13 days. So we use the following month for invoicing, and you'll get it credited back onto your account at the beginning of August. So if you start in June, July invoicing, beginning of August, and it will just appear on your, it will say minus, and you think, why have I got a minus? It's because it's a credit. Don't ask me. We've always done it. I've been with the company for 7 years. I don't understand it either, but it is a minus. So, but it just means that, you know, we've credited it back. Now, if you order the welcome kit, the £10 welcome kit, so it's a lovely lipstick and still everything else that you need to start your business strong. You need to sell £100 in your first month. So again, Amy started in June, ordered the £10 kit, did £100 in sales, only needed 90 anyway, because the cost of the kit is included. Well done, Amy. Go through July for invoicing. Beginning of August, we'll credit the £10 back. Does that make sense?
100%.
Perfect.
And it's not that they're just getting that kit as well, is it? They're getting the free digital link for the brochure. They're getting the free website with all the back end. I don't know what you call it. I call it a back end of the website. What's the modern term for it now?
So there's a variety of things that is called. So rep website. So your main rep website, as Lisa said, if you are going on to look at something in more detail, so for Avon Academy for your training, maybe looking at your invoices, that kind of thing, probably a bit easier to do it on a laptop or an iPad or some kind of tablet. But you can do everything through Avon On. And as Lisa said, you get all of your trainings connected to there. You've got your new rep tutorial from when you've started, because that will stay with you for the first 3 campaigns. So if you want to pop back in and look at something again, it's still in there for you. Again, electric pop video, so prepare yourself accordingly. And it's got your digital brochure link. We've also got what we refer to as Avon Shop, which some people know as online shop, but it's your Avon Shop. So it's basically the website version of your digital brochure.
Yeah. So, and then also you're getting brochures, you're also going to get order forms. So you're not, so even if you're going to get your money back for the kit, you still have all these resources and tools. I was honestly waiting for a toolkit when, like, I was thinking I was going to get a little bit, and everyone's going, you get all these tools, and I'm thinking, what tools am I going to be getting? But
screwdrivers.
And I think that's a whole episode on its own, isn't it? Tools, because we're very well supported, you know, with everything, all that you can think of. It's all pretty much done for you, really, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is. It's a ready-made business. But again, because we try with Avon to be as flexible as possible, you can pick and choose what you want to use. So some people will do paper brochures. So, you know, our traditional ding dong Avon calling, we will take the books out, we will drop them, we'll pick them up. You know, never always reuse your books, people. Just stick a sticker on the front and just say, this is an old book. If you want a new one, please text this number. You know, something like that, because always use them, because you've ultimately paid for them at some point, unless, of course, you got your kit back for free. which you'll all be planning to do. But you know, utilize your books. But some people do just paper, some people do just digital, and some people do what we call hybrid. So it's a bit of a combo, so a bit of both. You know, and this is the thing, like, I mean, I've always been a massive fan of flicking through a book, but I'm terribly lazy. COVID has changed me. If I can't order something online, I don't bother. So I will look through a book and then I will order online.
Yeah, everyone's
So
different. So
everyone's different.
We do that for lots of different people. And I will link at the end of this, a little box will come up right at the end that will take you to an episode that we made about expired brochures and how you can do that, how you can label them up, what you can do, where you can go. So I will pop that one in at the end. So on a final note, Lucy, before we let you go, because we know you're very busy, we'd just like you to tell us what piece of advice you would give to representatives in the business. I know you were saying be brave before, but what would you say to somebody new starting today?
So I mean, obviously I could say, you know, join our Facebook group, use our tools, download Avon On, all this kind of stuff. But I which obviously I would offer as advice, and please do, particularly, you know, download Avon On, join the Facebook group, come and be part of the community. But I would say, really, just as I'm going to take what you said earlier. Don't compare yourself to other people. You know, just take your time. Take your time, learn at your own speed. You know, not Rome wasn't built in a day. We've got some people who come in, they've come from perhaps a different company. They've come in with an established customer base. They might come in and do thousands. We might have someone else who's managed to do a couple of sales through a digital brochure. We might have someone else who's gone out, handed their books out, but it turns out there's about 5 reps live in the same street and everyone else is already covered and they've made no sales. Please don't blame yourself, and please don't compare yourself to other people, because each of those representatives has worked really hard. That person who's come in from a different network has absolutely smashed it out the park building that customer base. They've had to go around and persuade all of their customers to trust them to try the new brand. They've had to do a huge amount of political work to get those customers bought in. You know, the person who's been doing digital, how much have they been advertising? You know, maybe they've not got the confidence to go out face to face, so they're using digital only. And that person who's been out and they've dropped books off and they've not got anywhere, but actually they have got somewhere, because there'll be somebody who hasn't seen a book recently, or the next street might not be covered at all, or actually they've got a huge Instagram following and they could just sell on digital instead. So there's lots and lots of different options, but again, don't compare yourself to anyone else. And if you want to ask, reach out to me, reach out to these ladies, reach out in the Facebook group. I'm available on email, WhatsApp, Facebook, carrier pigeon, you name it, you can get hold of me. You know, but just reach out. You've been brave. You've taken the step to start. Believe in yourself and take it at your own speed. Amazing. And it's your journey, not anyone else's. It's your journey.
Yeah. And you know, you will hit bumps in the road, like you were saying about that. There's a lot of reps that live near me. My upline lives near me, some massive sellers that live near me. And I'm an absolute crank, Lucy, when I go out book dropping, and Amy's my rock. And sometimes I'll go, right, I'm going to go and do 40 brochures. And she'll go, right, ring me as soon as you're done. And sometimes she'll go, how'd you get on? I go, I saw somebody else's brochure in the porch. And she'll go, get back out, get further down the road and just start again. Get back out with them books. I'm like literally in the car, I'm going to break down.
Out there.
And I think, like, you know, it really does help sometimes having someone that you can be accountable for, rather than just go, I tried it once and it didn't work. And you know what, that day I just went a little bit further down the road, found the most fantastic street, loads of people, and then there's this one woman, she gets me 4 orders, she gives it to a neighbor, she gets me 2, the next door neighbor's buying. Had I have given up on that day, I think it was February, where I just went, no, I can't, somebody else, I've seen somebody else's brochure, you know, had I have given up, then, you know, I wouldn't have found that wonderful street. So, you know, don't compare yourself. Don't think somebody else has got it covered, because not everyone can buy millions of books. They might only buy 40 books, or
No,
they might only do
and
that one street.
yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. There was when I first started as an area manager, there's a road in South Bristol that's extraordinarily long road. We had 26 reps live on the same road. It's a long road, mind, but there were 26 reps, never a fallout, because some people did specific the cul-de-sacs, some people did specific neighbors, some people took books to work, some people took books to the school, some people were just digital. So there was never a fallout. And I think as well, it builds a real sense of community if you are lucky enough to have a lot of reps in your area. When I first started, I took books out, and the area manager at the time, because we don't have area managers now, we have zone business development specialists, but you know, there were a lot more of us in those days, you know, when we long time ago. I'm showing my age. So I dropped books because I was told, oh, no one covers the area. No, turns out they do. And it was one of the ladies who was one of the big sellers. She'd been doing it for donkey's years. All the discount commission that she earned went to a Ugandan orphanage. How bad did I feel that I'd taken books out? But anyway, turns out it's the lovely lady called Pat. So we became really good friends. And then, as we went into COVID, I stood for 2 hours outside her front window because obviously I wanted to ensure that she was fine, but didn't want to go near her. So it was once we were out of lockdown, but if you were vulnerable, you had to stay indoors. And I taught her how to use Avon on. And she's got, at the age of 82, she has got digital orders. She has a customer base of grandchildren and relatives and their friends who all order from all over the UK through her digital brochure. And she did that. So, and she never would have done that if I hadn't dared to put books in her area.
Yeah.
And very quickly learned that I should be digital only. But no, I'm joking. I still have the occasional customers, but obviously I've just moved. But the point is that, you know, reps in your area is an opportunity to learn from people with more experience. You're brand new, but also they can learn from you because they could have been doing it for donkey's years and always doing it the same way. And we all, as human beings, I feel, should be open to change and should be open to learning. Every day is a school day. So there's everyone you come into contact with, all the reps, the sales leaders, your upline, me, the training team, we will all bring something different to the table. So, you know, just open yourself up to all those different opportunities.
Absolutely. You know, me and Amy speak every day. Obviously, we do this, but we don't live anywhere near each other. Amy lives on one side of the country and I live on the other. We are miles apart, but we make it work. And I think, you know, there's plenty of resources. There's plenty of people to talk to. You have to just put yourself out a little bit in them groups, make some friends. You'll start seeing the same names mentioned. So if you feel lonely, you know, listen, find some people to talk to. You know, we had Kathy McGee on last week as a guest, and she was phenomenal. She's a wonderfully generous person with her time, and just get some mentors in your ears. You know, Sarah Davies gave us some great advice, didn't she, in January at the conference? And she said, you know, if you don't have those positive people around you, get an audio book, read a book, listen to a podcast. There's so much, and there are so many free resources out there that, you know, stick your ear pods in or and just go and have a go. If you're nervous about putting books out, go for a walk first, you know, and just have a go and be brave.
Yeah, and also I would, and I'm sorry because every time you try to finish, I come up with something else. But I think this is the thing: everybody gets nervous.
Yeah.
So I will walk into a room, and everyone, whether it's a good thing or not, everyone will know who I am within an hour, right? But that doesn't mean I know. Depends on the size of the room and the density of population. But I feel that, you know, I get nervous, but I channel it. I'm an extroverted introvert. You know, there's lots and lots of different ways, and people channel those nerves in different ways. So just again, as we said, just don't compare yourself.
Perfect.
Just do you.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much for coming on and being our wonderful guest today. It's been an absolute delight. Sorry, Amy, if I've took over asking all the questions there. So wherever you're listening, you know, if you are watching on YouTube, we'd love you to throw some questions or how you feel, or if anything's resonated with you, if that's how you feel, you know, like join my crank club, because I am not confident when I get out that front door and I'm out there thinking, oh God, get some glasses on, you know, and get out there. So everyone's different, and just you are unique. You do it your way, you run it your way. Just because someone's doing one thing doesn't mean you have to do it. Be happy in your own skin. And yeah, we'd just love to hear some comments from you, and we hope to have Lucy on once again as a guest. So thank you so much, Lucy, and head over and join Lucy's group, which is called Superstar Kickstarters, and that about sums it up. So thank you very much.
No, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so
See you
much.
all next time. Bye.
See you later. Bye.